Hey there, future paleontologists. Get ready for an absolutely awesome adventure, because we're talking about the biggest, coolest creatures to ever walk the Earth, dinosaurs. This whole explainer was actually inspired by a kid just like you who really, really loves them.
Yep, that's it. It's that simple. And if you love dinosaurs too, well, you are in exactly the right place.
Okay, first up, let's meet the heavy hitters. The legends, the most famous dinosaurs that ever roamed the planet.
And we have to start with this one, the tyrant lizard king himself, Tyrannosaurus rex. Doesn't just saying the name sound powerful?
So, let's break this legend down. T-Rex was a carnivore, which is just a fancy word for meat eater. And get this, its special feature was a bite so strong it was more powerful than a car crash. No wonder they called him the king.
Next up, we've got an absolute classic, the amazing three-horned face, Triceratops.
And check this out. He was totally different from T-Rex. Triceratops was a plant eater, an herbivore, and those three big horns, they weren't just for looking cool. They could grow as long as a baseball bat, and they were basically its own personal defense system.
All right, let's meet the dinosaur with maybe the coolest accessories ever. I mean, look at those plates on its back and that seriously dangerous tail. Here comes Stegosaurus.
Yup, another plant eater. But look at that special feature. That spiky tail was its ultimate weapon for defense. And get this dinosaur was as big as a bus, but its brain was only the size of a tiny walnut? Crazy, right?
Okay, now I want you to look way, way up to meet the gentle giant of the dinosaur world, the super, super tall, long-necked Brachiosaurus. Being a plant eater, you have to find a lot of food, and that super long neck was the perfect tool for the job. It could reach all the yummy leaves at the very top of the tallest trees, and it had to eat hundreds of pounds of them every single day.
So, we've met the giants of the land, but what about the creatures that ruled the oceans and the air? Here's the secret that's going to make you a true expert. Not every giant reptile from back then was actually a dinosaur.
First, let's soar into the prehistoric skies with this incredible flying creature, the pteranodon.
The pteranodon spent its time in the air, near the ocean, using those huge wings to just glide through the sky and then swoop down to catch fish for dinner. A total master of the sky.
But hold on a second. We've been calling this a dinosaur explainer, right? So is the pteranodon a dinosaur? What do you think?
And the answer is nope. This is top-level expert knowledge right here. Pteranodons were actually flying reptiles, a totally separate but still super cool group of prehistoric animals.
Okay, so from the sky, let's dive deep, deep into the ancient oceans to meet this unbelievable swimmer with a neck that just seems to go on forever, the Elasmosaurus. So this guy lived his whole life in the water, and he also ate fish. And that super long neck, it was like a built-in fishing rod. It actually had more bones in it than a giraffe's neck and your entire body combined. How wild is that?
And yep, here's our other big secret. Just like the pteranodon, the Elasmosaurus was not a dinosaur. It was a sea reptile. Knowing the difference between these is what separates the casual fans from the true experts. Like you.
All right, expert, you are on a roll. You know your dinos, you know your reptiles. But can you say their names? It's time for the Dino Name Challenge. Don't worry, this is going to be fun, and we're going to do it together.
Okay, here's our challenger, the dinosaur with the super hard head. Its name is a really long one, Pachycephalosaurus. Whoa, that looks tough, but trust me, we got this.
Let's just break it into easy little pieces. Just say it right after me. Ready? Piak. Nice. Okay, now, ceph. Awesome. Next up, low, soar. And to finish it off, us.
Let's put it all together. Pachycephalosaurus. Yes, you did it. You just said one of the trickiest names in the entire dinosaur world. And now you know. This was that plant eater with the super thick skull, famous for bumping heads.
Seriously, just look at everything you've accomplished. You now know the difference between dinosaurs, flying reptiles, and sea reptiles. You can name some of the biggest all-stars, and you can even say those super long dino names. You are officially a dinosaur expert.
So, now that you're an expert and you've met all these incredible creatures, I've just got one question left. Which dinosaur is your favorite? Thanks for exploring with us today.